Taurus, how you doing? So you feel like you want to leave, or the name Lee, or Leanne, but I feel like I want to leave, Lee. I just really feel like I just want to get out. I just can't do this anymore. I can't take this shit anymore. Cancerian, 7, but I feel like I've got to get out. I can't do this anymore. I'm getting very frustrated, very fed up, very tired and very drained. I can't take it anymore. Taurus is what I'm hearing for you, just for a very quick message. But I feel like I'm just like living in a dark room, Virgo. But like I feel like I'm always on the dark side, like I'm always on the wrong side of the moon. Something to do with Pink Floyd. I'm just a comfortable mum living, but I'm not very comfortable. I'm agitated or angry. Do push pineapple, shake the tree, something like that. I don't know. But like I feel like I'm Angus or Icarus. But I feel like I'm like angry all the time, or you're always angry at me, and someone's very aggressive. What on earth is that for? Someone's very aggressive. Some of you are just constantly doing what I say don't do all the time, which is, I don't think you're even, well, I think you're aware of it, but I think that somebody constantly wants to argue, as you don't. They get very aggressive because you won't argue. And this is someone that's argumentative against somebody that's not argumentative. Or you're just constantly fucking pushing each other's buttons. Taurus, I ain't going to do it again. You've already gone through this. We've gone through this already for a while, Taurus. Your messages are not really changing as such. So we're just going to look into your tarot. But I'm feeling like I'm getting fed up. I'm getting frustrated. I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, well, I don't want to argue anymore. Or I don't want to live here. Love don't live here anymore. Livy doesn't live here anymore. She's moved out, apparently. Someone's just moved out. Love don't live here, or Liv don't live here, or Livy, or Lithuanian, or something like that. Go, no, we don't live here anymore. We've moved, we've gone, we've physically packed up all of our stuff, and we have moved out or moved on. But whichever way it is like you knock at someone's door or something like that, and yeah, they don't live here anymore. Like, no, they don't live here anymore. They moved out. It's like, oh, you're right. Why have they gone? Oh, they've gone to live on their own, or they've gone to live with their boyfriend or girlfriend, a family member or something like that. And you go, what? They've moved out already? Like, yeah, they moved. So I definitely pick up that some of you here or around you here, or Andrew, somebody just isn't here anymore. Like, or the death march thing that's been coming up through May readings so far, of the feeling of nostalgia, the feeling of loss, the feeling of like I can't cope, I can't comprehend, or the name Cooplin or Cooper or Cooper Trooper. Someone's playing a Nintendo 64, but like when I'm 64, someone could be physically 6 and 4, 64, or a Capricorn Gemini, or a 4 also involving Scorpio, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of, could be anybody. But like it's ended, it's finished, it's gone. This person's probably no longer living here, or physically no longer with a person, and they are physically gone and moved on here. Is the messages that I am getting for you, Taurus. Or like I don't feel like I want to live here anymore. I don't feel like I feel a part of this anymore. Or I don't want to be a part of it. I don't feel like I fit in the crowd. It's kind of like going into a crowd of old people that you knew, but you don't, like going to an old school reunion, if you like. Like I don't know if I want to go into union with this person, or I don't know if I want to go to the rep and the union representative. I don't know if I want to go up to the headmaster. I don't know if I want to go up to the spirit in the sky. I don't really know what I want. Oh dear. So I don't know, someone could have physically lost someone, but it feels like that I don't want to go for this job. I don't want to go over to see them. I don't want to, I just want to be left alone, is what I feel like, Taurus. Or like you're dealing with the person that is saying that. Like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I just want to be on my own. I just want time to get over it. I just want time to grieve. I can't do this anymore. I can't get over it. I just need some time. I need some space. I need, I just need to, like, well, that kind of energy, right? I don't know what I want. I don't know if I can take this and do this anymore. That's what I'm hearing for you. Or I just can't take any more of your nagging. Like, this is an old couple, a couple that are together and they just fucking nag at each other all the while. And you're like, I can't keep doing this, man. I can't keep going over the same old ground. I've told you before. If I've told you once, I've told you twice, I've told you 3 times, a lady. I can't tell you anymore. It's karma. Can't tell you, or it's Carmel, or it's Mel. But I can't tell you anymore, Mel. I can't tell you. I can't see you. I can't do anything more, Mel. Can't do Mel. Can't do it, Mel. Sorry, but I can't do it. Somebody knows somebody called Melissa or Maria or anybody beginning with M or EM or Emily, but I can't do it anymore. I can't take this anymore. I can't take you keep telling me all of this stuff and blah blah blah, or fucking someone battering someone's ear in, or like I just can't take it. I just can't. Unless someone's like, I can't take any more weight. If there's drugs or alcohol here, I can't take any more weight. Or I'm just kind of like very overweight, like myself, like really overweight, and I feel like I can't take all of this load anymore, and I don't know, if someone's struggling with their weight or something like that here, and I can't take all, because I'm hearing I can't take this weight and I can't lift it. So some of you might be lifting, yeah, you could be lifting. It's like, you could be lifting weights. It's like, well, I just can't do it. It's like, well, why can't you do it? Why don't you come and lift some weights? Why don't you come to the gym? Or James, Julian, Justin, Jasmine, Jay, anybody beginning with J. But why can't you come over and lift weights then? Why don't you just come over and work out? Why don't we go to the gym? Why don't we get a gym membership? Why don't we do this kind of thing? But I don't want to. I can't. I've got to work. It's like, oh, jeez. Like, I can't get people motivated. What is wrong with people with motivation? It's like, look, I'm dedicated, but you've got to be dedicated if you're going to come. I don't know. I think someone's trying to make up their mind whether they want to go to the gym or not. It's the honest truth. It's like, do I want to go to the gym? Or would I rather stay at home? Or just want to just stay at home and eat? Or like, am I a person that really is going to the gym and I'm going to be lifting weights and everything else? Or am I on the opposite side of the scale where I'm kind of like, man, I'm getting on the scales and I'm thinking, you know what, Libra, I might be standing on you, but I can't stand you at times, marriage, so I've got to get out, marriage. I've got to get out of the marriage. Or, like, I've got to get out of something. Got to get out. 8. Leo, Aquarius could be involved also, someone that you know. But, like, I've got to get out. I can't stand it around here no longer. It's doing my head in. Or, like, I don't like it around this street or around this village. Like, it's really pissing me off. Like, I've got to get away from these people, and I've got to get away from this energy. Because it's kind of like a dark, glooming black cloud that seems to be over somebody of depression, or like, I don't know, just like a nagging goddamn wife that you can't get rid of, guys, right? But like, you know, I can't get rid of it. Can't shift it. Can't get rid of it. It's like, it's too much weight. It's too much drugs. It's like, I can't get rid of all that weight, brother. How the fuck am I supposed to get rid of all that? Like, you just lump me with all of this. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to end up getting caught. There you go. Probably something to do around a Pisces, a fish. But like, well, I can't take this anymore, bro. I'll end up going to court if I get caught. So you've got getting caught. So you got paranoia. So you got weed, people that are smoking weed and fucking everything else, and like, man, I'm paranoid to shit. How am I going to take all of these ounces in order to get rid of it? When if we get caught, then I'm finished. I'm done for. Like, I can't take it anymore. So you kind of got that, something around weight and like physical weight or like drugs weight or like lifting weight. And I don't know if I can lift that, like it's too much, like it's too much weight. So, I don't know, whatever it seems to be, might be someone struggling around all those same kind of energies. Taurus, okay, so let's see what's been going on with you. If you haven't seen the channel before, that is pretty much where I channel from, well, Spirit, Akashic Records, whatever you see it as. But I read your contracts, your soul group contracts, okay? Things that you've got coming up, things that you're struggling with, predictions, past, present, future energy, who knows? Reading as an empath, right? Whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to put the label on it as. Okay, so what's been going on with Taurus? What's been going on with Taurus? 4 of Wands, but they're all in reverse. Man, I've had trouble picking these cards up because there are a couple that are in actual reverse here. But I'm going to leave the ones that are. But yeah, well, even I'm confused. Someone's got to be from Australia, surely. It's like, well, we seem to be going down, going down, going down, going down. Okay, It's like, well, why don't you come over to my place then and try and sort yourself out? Yeah, but I need to move. I can't do it anymore. I don't like being around here. I really want to get out. Like, if it's like being in prison, well, this is also a marriage, a relationship, a work contract, or like, I just really need to get out from the house because I've just been stuck in too long. Like, I fucking sit here behind four walls, man. I've got to do something, like, you know. So it might be where people are struggling to think about actually whether they're going to pay their mortgage and their rent, and like everything's building up on Tom, the name Tom, or on top of somebody, and they're kind of like, man, all these things in life, they're all building up. I've got this to pay for, I've got everything else to pay for, I may have been short of work, or like, you know, how do I afford to pay for my mortgage? Like, how do I afford to keep this place running and motivated? Or how do I get motivation? How do I get back to my feet? How do I get back on my feet again? How do I get on top? Something to do with Ruby, the name Ruby, or Ruby Wax. But girls on top. But listen, Ruby, I don't know if we can do this anymore. Like, we can't keep going over this same thing all the time with Rubin, the name Rubin, or Ruby, or Rubes, or Rubes. I'm hearing Rubes. Rooms. We need a room. I need to rent a room out for some. Or it's just, well, coping under the house that you live here. But the name Livy, she could have moved out. Faith, Livia, she might have moved out. I'll have to have a word with my sister. But she's probably moved out. And now we've got loads of space, and now we don't know what to do here. Because it's a huge place. Like, it's probably a 5-6 bedroom house, right? And it's like, well, what do we do now? There's no one here. We have to start building up our relationship and start doing things. And it's a bit like someone goes to the Four of Wands in reverse, and their husband isn't here anymore. Their kids have moved out, and you're like, well, look at the place that we've got, but look at what else I could have. So it's kind of like, well, look at the money I could have and not have this place. But you'll think yourself lucky for having somewhere. So 12-12 on the clock. You could be dealing with the Pisces, or you could be dealing with 3 and 1, which is 4, Scorpio, and also 8, Aquarius, Leo. I think I've said those also. That would be in the soul group, people. But I think I've probably shouted out every single goddamn sign. So it's kind of like, look, just give me a sign and I'll be over. Just give me some sort of sign and I'll be there. I'll be there, Jackson, Jackie, or Jackson 5. 5, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius somewhere, and also Taurus. Holy shit, man. Well, I am doing Taurus. So you could be with a Sagittarius for a lot of you. Taurus, Sagittarius, definitely within their chart somewhere. Okay, but yeah, what do I do now? There's nobody here. Like, do we keep the place? Do we sell it? Or what do we do? Okay, what do we do? What do we do? Well, you know what they say, that what you do with the number 2, right? Flush the toilet. Right? Flush the toilet. I mean, to me, I've got a feeling here that there's somewhere that's been like a mortgage that's paid off, because I'm hearing Morgan or Morgan Freeman. Like, I'm a free man, right? Because this is just getting out of prison and this is just getting out of jail. And someone's like, how the hell do I fit into society now I've just got out of prison? Like, how do I get a job? How do I get back on my feet? Right? So here I am hearing that someone could have just got out of prison, and just got out of jail, or they just got divorced, and they're like, now have to start again because of the, like, no longer being living where they were. They are no longer living here anymore, right? So they are no longer in prison. They are trying to get back into society, and they're trying to get back onto their feet, worrying and thinking, how the fucking hell do I now cope up? Now suddenly it's just someone's landed me with a load of weight. I don't want that, bruv. I'll go back inside. Yeah. So whichever way it is, Michelle, or someone will end up going back in their shell, right? Here. So you've got that, but you've got here where I'm free man and I am a Freemason. Oh dear. Okay, so Mason, Emily, or anybody Mason. Okay, but Melissa. But again, like, I'm a free man, okay, or a Freemason. That's for you people that all deal with the Freemasons. But like, I'm a free man, okay, and I don't have rent and stuff like that because it's a mortgage that's paid off, and it's just an empty shell because no one's here anymore, which means that my family have all moved out, and I'm pretty much on my own in a huge building or a huge apartment that I don't have to really worry about, but it's empty, right? So you've got this, well, is it half empty or is it half full? So it feels like, well, love don't live here anymore, nobody lives here anymore, it's a big place, do we want it, do we keep it? Well, let's just put our feet back up and think about it for a little bit longer here. But I'm definitely picking up that love don't live here anymore, or the person doesn't live here anymore, or they don't belong there anymore, which means they're no longer in prison, or they've got themselves a new door knocker, right? Which means that whoever lived here is now moved and got their own place, right? So why don't you go and get your own place then? Here. Taurus, Sun rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Nodes. Here. What's been going on? What has been going on, Taurus? Ooh, the death march, the ending. Everything happened in Scorpio, right? And everybody start going nuts and crazy and nuts and bolts around in Aries also. Okay, when they had their reading for the weekly. But again, nuts and bolts, everything else suddenly started to fucking happen where people moved out, people died in life. You probably noticed a lot of people in your workplace or whatever all dropping down like flies, illnesses. You could work in a hospital, this person could work in a residential home or a hospital that works for elderly people, all that kind of thing, in a home or in a prison or whichever way, in a hospital warden, warding people off. But like pushing people out, pushing people away, breakups, death, fucking hell. Kind of like, Jesus Christ, like, have you noticed everything that's going on in the world? It's like, not really, bruv, I've been inside, what's been happening? Jesus, have you not heard the coronavirus is out there now? What, really? I just get out of prison and I come home to this shit? So you've kind of got, look, I just come home to all this, and what you got to tell me? Bad news, I'm sorry, but it's bad news. Oh, really? Why do you always fill my head full of bad news when I'm trying to bring myself up? Okay, you always bring me down. You always talk about all of the endings in life. Yeah, well, why is that? It's because I'm a Scorpio. I've already read the ending because my name's Jim Morrison, right? People are fucking strange in life, especially the people that also talk to the dead. Right? So yeah, you don't fit in here. No, of course I don't. It's because I'm weird. No, it isn't. It's because I've seen the ending and I know damn well what goes on in life. I know what goes on in your marriage. Trust me. This shit. You think you know it all, don't you? Yeah, I do. Because I'm a Scorpio energy. Because I know the end. That's why I read the book right at the end while you lot were fucking writing it. How on earth did you know that? It's because I have loads of placements in Scorpio as well. And I know the ending. 12th house, mainly. Well, also rising. First house. No, yeah, well, I just don't go into it again, Steve, talking about yourself. But here, yeah, it's kind of like, well, how did you know? I just do. No, it's because Scorpio energy, when the moon kind of started to go all strange, everybody in life started to get ill and started to die. And it's truth. Honestly, truth. And I see it, predicted it, see it in my head, see the people, Eddie, or like, but I see them all in my head, all these people that were going to pass, they all did, and I see it in my head, man. You all want to be in my head when you envision someone that you know passing. Trust me. Parsons, I keep hearing it, Parsons or Pucci or Paula or I don't know. It doesn't. I'm just not saying these people are gonna die, right? Sorry, but like you know, Paul, right? Paul North or North Pole, but the North. Someone's up north. Someone's from up north, which is like Wensleydale or something like that. They're like Wensley cheese. So it could be Grommet. But like up north, up Sheffield and all stuff like that. You say, hey, all right there, kid. How are they getting on? Yeah, all right there, lover. How are they getting on? Oh, he's not very well. He's quite sick at the moment. Oh, what's wrong with him? Or something. It's not got quite right. He's moved out. They've gone home. It's like, oh no, I feel terrible for them. He's gone home, yeah, he's left, he's gone, sorry. It's a bit like Jim Bowen, or the name Jim, or James, or Julian, or Justin. But it's kind of like a bit like Jim Bowen. Oh, look at what you could have won. You didn't win it though, you lost. I'm sorry, but you lost. It's like, look at what you could have won. You could have won a Ford Fiesta, but you didn't, did you? It's like, fucking hell, Jim, we didn't really want to look at what we didn't win. We want to know what we have got, not like, well, what have you got? So, I don't know, I've caught something. Oh, somebody caught something. Could be a fish. They could have been ill. That could have also been me. Or I had the jab. Okay. I'm also hearing Ab, or Abigail, or Abba, or Abba. You are the dancing queen. Somebody could be in a same-sex relationship here. Let's see. Oh, somebody could have definitely caught something here. That's what I'm hearing. Anyway, or gone to court and they got out of prison. Or they went in. It's up to you. I don't care if the person went in or out. I'm just letting you know here that somebody went in and then out. They came in the door, they went straight out the other one. They went through the front door and they came straight out the back. Or they went up the back and come out the front. That would also be a child. So, yeah, you gave birth to them. Yeah, and then they're left. They've flown the nest. Whichever way you won, it either went in the front door and straight out the back, or up the front door and then out the crack, gave birth to a child, and then all of a sudden, there's a new baby. My baby's gone, left, or like don't live here, or pregnancy, and like give birth. Right. But it's up to you which one you want to choose. But I suppose you're going to know that one already, right, Taurus? But what's been going on with Taurus? What has been going on with Taurus? Oh dear. Okay, so stop your humour, Steve, because it isn't going to relate to everybody. This really is where some people here have actually passed here. This is Death card, and this is the Four. This is church. Take me to church. Can you take me to the church here? Okay. So somebody passed here, someone who physically died in the family, someone that you know, anybody in life that you know that passed on here physically, okay? This is going to visit a crematorium. This is where people, during these times where, I don't know, where their sibling or something passed and people go to visit the church and they go to visit crematoriums and stuff like that, okay? They go to a funeral here, it's a funeral march here. On a merchant, someone that was a Libra, someone that had a business here, and there was a merchant. They used to buy and sell things. Okay, merchant, because that would be Libra, but that would be a place of residency. So it means that old residents, old people, residential home, sickness and in health, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Also a place of residency, which would be wherever there are residents of a building that have people and people that come in it. Because there's people that are coming and going here. Coming and going. So it feels like that somebody that owned a house no longer does because they passed on physically. Could have left a will to people here. Here. So some sort of major event, but it happened during Scorpio moon. Scorpio is a 4, right? Scorpio and the planets all kind of lined up as if to say, time's up, time's up. Right. We all run off an invisible watch that is around our wrist to say that when we've accomplished our life, we pass on. Right? Okay. So what you've got are children that move out. You've got things, major events, because this is a milestone that has been reached in life where it's accumulated to a lot of things where you're like, oh, man, that's unbelievable. I can't believe the news. I can't live anymore. What do I do without my kids here? What do I do without a job? I just got out of prison. How do I start my life again? How do I start my business up again? I have to take a loss. I did. A milestone hit. A life crisis. Drama out of a crisis. A midlife crisis. Something that happened that was very important. Okay, here. And then people are all been trying to get over the past here. Okay. Still on a minor level, could just mean fucking people arguing at home. 4 of Wands. Okay. Someone that's very draining and they've been arguing and so on and so forth, and it's been broke up and split up and they've had a breakup in the family. 4 of Wands. Their kids, their children, or they've moved out, or they've broke up and they're no longer together and they're no longer a couple. Things like that. Big milestones in life here. Seems to have gone on in your life. To be quite honest, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stick using these cards when we look at your actual future. is that I'm going to not use those. I'm actually going to use these. Okay. Actually good for using past and present. Because I'm definitely hearing a present here. Presence also. Presence. Like ghost recon. Ghost recon. But reconsider. Will you reconsider? That's the future coming up. Will you reconsider an offer? Will you reconsider if I put an offer on the house, or would you reconsider staying? Reese, the name Reese, but would you reconsider? Consider me, something to do with Alan Stone, or the name Al or Alan. But would you reconsider persuading? The name Swaley, or like persuade. Blue suede shoes, something to do with Elvis Presley. You're right, Elvis. Here's your eyes. But like someone's left the building, whichever way it is. I've left the building, and I left the building to you. So I'll leave the bills to you, I'll leave the finances to you, I'll leave the company to you, I'll leave the house to you, I'll leave everything to you, right here. So, okay, you've got some future messages and past and present all in one. You've got someone that's left a will, a company, and a business, and a house, and a home, or a flat, or a business to a person. You've also got somebody in the house that leaves everything to one person to do, which is the Four of Wands, to do everything around the house. The other person's getting frustrated and fed up with it and doesn't know whether to keep the house or sell it. Here. Oh, the name's Sal or Sally. But yeah, you've got somebody that doesn't know whether to keep the house or not. Possible, I don't know. But we are dealing with the past here. So you've got somebody that could have left a business to someone and they don't know what to do with it. Like they're trying to grieve over something first before they make a decision what to do for the future. Before they turn into Marty McFly, they're actually taking a moment of clarity. They're actually taking a hiatus, or whatever you call it, hiatus, a hiatus. Probably somebody did take it up that part also, but like they're taking a hiatus right here. Yeah, so to be honest, I have got shed loads of readings to do, Taurus. These are only supposed to be for patrons. That's why you're dealing with a 4. Stubborn. I am sorry. But like, you know, I have to earn a living. This is your past. It gives you a flavour of what you would see on the other side and your actual tarot reading for the week. Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't join in with the free crew. I'm sorry, but I just can't. Okay, so if you like the flavour of my reading and you are a part of Patron, that's where you get a plethora, an absolute plethora. It's a deal, it's a steal, it's the turn of the century, and you could be a part of it, Taurus. And all you have to do is click on that button below to Patron, or have a look at the video that tells you everything about that you're offered over there when you are a patron. Okay, I change things up all the time. Sometimes I do future readings, sometimes I do past readings, sometimes you get an Akashic Records channeling future, past and present. You get all kinds of different things, but I like to change things up, okay, because I am also a Scorpio rising. So, you know, if you want to join, you can. The link is provided below for Patreon, but it's only a part of the full access bundle. One of these readings that you get, because there's going to be many this month, also next month, and so on and so forth, but one of them I may not put them on YouTube. The last week probably will only be put over on the full access bundle, so you won't see anything. Okay, there'll only be the last week that will come out over on Patreon. Okay, but thank you so much for subscribing, supporting all of that kind of thing, and let's see what your actual week comes up. That's going to be the 7th until the 14th. Okay, you can still look at these as the past of what you missed if you didn't support me. It's up to you, but you can still see that, right? Okay, all right guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.